Ooh. It's been a day, and it's been a process. He's shaking his head at me. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I said Jesus take the wheel. I was not singing Carrie Underwood. So the problem with doing corn harvest all day and all night is you kind of forget where you left your sunglasses. We're kind of in the short strokes of corn harvest, but they're in fields far away with poor field access. So this has been the stressor of the year, being able to combine number one and being able to actually get the grain from the combine home to the elevator. So it's been logistics and it's been pretty stressful, but it's always nice to start the day with a clear sunny sky and a day off sheep. So I have been in the sheep barn, so I apologize for anybody that watches this channel for the grain side. And I did do a video with Mark, so I will link that somewhere. And you can check out kind of our first day back after we got dumped on with a whole bunch of snow. Hi. He's ignoring me. We have to transfer some wheat to make room for the rest of our dry corn. And then we'll head to the field hopefully by late morning, if all goes well today. Who's coming to help today? Who is helping today? That's it. Oh. Okay, we're short-staffed again. Jack is not with us. It was his 19th birthday yesterday, and 19 in Canada means today he will not be functioning. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. We finally got the sea can, the shipping container, built for our dryer room. So this is it. It's not quite done, but we put in we've got a little countertop at Home Depot just so we can put our moisture sensor on it. Hi.
Hey.
Mark's just, I don't know. Are we transferring wheat?
Trying to.
Is it not?
Oh, just.
Oh, you don't even know if that belt, is the belt running and stuff?
Yeah, it's all running now, but there's some issues.
Ooh. So here's all the controllers on this wall. Mark's TV for when he was going to babysit the dryer in his bed, that's not here yet. So he is going to build like a raised bunk kind of here. But for now, he gets a chair. And yeah, all our scale charts and owner's user guide for the new system. So yeah, we take a moisture sample on every load of corn. We actually take a couple. So this is, we just keep track of everything. And then he adjusts his dryer settings all based on how the moistures are going in, and then of course how the moistures are going out, and making adjustments as he goes. So it's not easy. It's not easy running this elevator and drying corn. We're drying corn from like anywhere from, the lowest has been 25, the highest has been like 37, so we're drying such a variety of moistures down to what we want at about 15.5, and sometimes we're over drying it, and it's just really trying to find the perfect temperature and time to dry the corn to the proper levels. You don't want to over dry it because that's actual weight you're taking off the corn that you could sell. So it's difficult even on a year that you're using equipment that you're used to. This is all brand new equipment, so he's just working out the wrinkles and the gremlins, and we've had issues. So what are you doing right now?
Test weight. See what grade of corn we got.
Is our test weight's low this year, right?
Yes.
Can you explain to people what test weight is? Because I would imagine a lot of people that watch my channel don't know
I'm
what
not going to explain it because it's a video on its own.
Oh, are you plugging what you're gonna do?
Well, you got to talk about bushels and test weight, and they're intertwined, and it's like an epic argument about it.
Okay, well, what does low test weight mean to just someone that,
So if you take this white pail
yeah,
and you fill it with corn,
yep,
high test weight corn, this pail might weigh 10 pounds.
okay,
Low test weight corn, even though it's filled the same amount to the top, might weigh 8 pounds.
okay,
So the density of the product is lower with low test weight.
okay.
So
It takes
but it gets
more,
an argument because some people think they sell corn by bushels, but you actually sell weight.
okay, right,
So it takes more corn with lighter test weight corn to sell
to fill the
the
same,
same amount
to fill the same container,
for the same weight.
for the same weight.
So if I say I want 10 pounds, I might actually have to heat this pail with light corn.
Ah,
And with heavy corn, I might only have to fill it that full to get 10
gotcha.
pounds. But people, it's an argument. It's a rabbit hole.
Does that trigger you?
Yeah, because sometimes it's a really stupid waste of energy.
Mark needs sleep more than me, even. So is this the chart?
Yeah, this is a Canadian Grain Commission chart. So grade
Okay.
2, it has to be 333 grams or higher per half liter.
Okay.
And we're that minus 520. So we're 335. So we're just
Okay.
scraping a 2.
That literally is.
Yeah.
So that says
So
333.
we're bouncing back between a 2 and a 3.
Which isn't grade.
is-
Grade 1 is
No
optimal.
one gets paid for grade 1.
Okay, so most.
You can have test weight, but you'll never get paid for grade 1. Every contract for corn is always
Based on grade
specified
2?
Grade 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you dispute corn grade or corn quality, you can send a sample to the Grain Commission,
Yeah.
Canadian Grain Commission, and they'll analyze it, and whatever they come up with a grade, it's binding.
So if it ends up being grade 3, you're screwed.
Yeah, if I argue that it's a 2 and the end user says it's a 3, and we send it to the Grain Commission
And they say it's a
3,
Yeah.
it's binding. If they say
Okay.
it's a 2, it then becomes a 2 and I get
Okay.
paid for a 2.
So it's a risk.
So we have a mechanism to dispute
Oh, that's good.
grades, and that's through the Canadian Grain Commission.
I didn't
So the
realize
government's
that.
good for something. If it's in your favor.
So now you're actually taking moisture on our dry corn, right?
Yeah.
This is the stuff out of the dryer.
See how it's doing.
This is your report card based on, I told them about kind of how you've adjusted your dryer based on all these.
Yeah. Still learning.
Well, yeah, and sometimes it's not that you don't know how to do it, it's all a new system, and the corn is all over the map for moisture.
Well, we haven't, because the corn didn't mature 100%.
Yeah.
You could see here, we started on a day where the humidity was lower. And because of that, the moistures were lower. But because it brown layered and not black layered,
It got moisture back into it by the end of the day?
yeah, so here when we were taking stuff off that
And that
other
was the
morning,
same
because it was a
field?
muggy, that Thursday was muggy and kind of frosty and stuff, we actually jumped almost 2-3 points of moisture because
Crazy.
it's not black layered 100%. So here we're 14.7, and we got had a half a point because the new Pertin testers that are used by most end users are better at reading moisture, so we have to add half a point. because
Okay,
ours
so that's 15.2?
is 15.2,
So
and
that's-
dry is 15.5.
So that's pretty good.
So we're winning.
Well done. I wish I could say it was like an hour after the last time you saw me, but it's not. It's been like 4 hours or 5 hours. What time is it? It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have not started corn. The wheat that we were transferring out ended up being more than what we thought, so we had to put it in another bin that we just cleaned out and hoping not to use because it's not in our system. It's been a day, and it's been a process. There may have been some domestic exchanges. He's shaking his head at me. Here we go.
Trying to think how to get everything there, because it'd be nice to have the pickup truck there.
We don't really need the pickup truck. If we have the dump wagon and tractor, you can come with me on the wagon maybe, or whoever takes the tractor and dump wagon home. Let's go right. comes time to clean this equipment, I'll be lambing. Oh my God. Not good. Not volunteering for that job. Hi, Monty. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. You born ready?
Ready, willing, and able.
Good. That's the only requirement.
That's good.
I got kicked off my buggy. Whoa. I'm gonna get run over. I got a new job. So my new job is I'm the wagon girl now. I don't know if it's a promotion or a demotion. I'm not really sure. To be perfectly honest, I have been really scared driving wagons. Last year I had a bit of a fright. There was a system that moved in when we were combining down the road, and it was kind of my first day on driving wagons. I'm always on buggy. I've driven buggy for 20 plus years, and it's just like, it's like muscle memory to me. It's like second nature, so I love driving the buggy. And we were short help last year, so it was basically just Mark and I for a lot of it. That particular day, we had some help, and I was on the roads, and we had a system move in really kind of quickly. The roads deteriorated really quickly. This is the thing. And it's not a guy-girl thing, because I'm sure there's a ton of way better woman drivers than me, but I've driven a tractor my whole life. I've like literally grew up on a tractor. So I am not going to say I don't know how to drive a tractor, but I've never really been taught like what to do with more than one wagon, or even just one wagon when it starts to fishtail, especially when you get in onto some black ice or some slushy snow. And I was going down a hill, and I'd slowed right down because I didn't want to die. As I was going down the hill, the wagons started pushing the tractor. I had no control. I was heading for the ditch, and I literally couldn't breathe. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm pretty sure I said, Jesus, take the wheel. I was not singing Carrie Underwood. I didn't die, but oh boy, did Mark hear about it. I got on the radio when I got control again, and I said, we are done. I am not going back to the field today. He felt really bad, and it takes a lot for Mark to feel bad if it's operator error. And he said, I've never really taught you, but he said, instead of going slow down a hill, you actually have to speed up. It's opposite of what you think, but he's like, your tractor has to pull the wagons, or else the wagons are going to push you. And that is exactly what happened. And I will never forget looking in the rear view and just seeing the wagons going sideways and like both like opposite directions, and they were full of corn. Long story short, I have been really, really leery to do it, but I got back on it and I started driving tractor and wagons again this corn harvest. And I'm loving it with the new elevator because I don't stop. It's just a faster pace, which is totally me. So I don't know. Maybe my buggy days are done. I still will not drive this tractor and those wagons on icy or snowy roads. Like, it is a hard no. If you're watching this and someone wants you to drive wagons on an icy, snowy road, you have my permission to tell them to kiss it. Logistics are just brutal this year. After all that snow melting, everything is just such a mud fest, so we're trying to keep wagons out of the fields. It would really be no different with big trucks. Some days we really wish we had big trucks, and other days we're like, it wouldn't matter. We're at my in-laws' broiler barns, chicken barns, and they've got such nice manicured grass that we're trying our best to like not wreck anything and not wreck our fields, not wreck their laneways, and it's hard. So that's what's always in my head and Mark's head when we're trying to figure out the best spot to park this stuff, so it's easy for Monty to unload and for me to be able to get wagons straight and get it out without tracking a whole bunch of mud onto the road. Because now the police, we heard our neighbor got he didn't get charged, I don't think, but he got a stern warning that there was mud on the roads from the fields and that you have to have a loader now right at your field entrance. So there has just been one thing after another this fall, I feel. Oh, basically since we started planting this year. The other big news in Ontario this week, Ontario, Quebec, well, all of Canada, let's face it, like the West have been dealing with rail issues, our friends in the West, Western Canada, for years. And just this past week or two, I think there was a big rail strike. So now propane is not getting railed out, and all our neighbors, I think all of Ontario and Quebec, have been getting calls from their suppliers saying, how much corn do you have in your dryers right now? Because you're not getting any more. So it is a big deal. Everybody's really on edge. Thankfully, we switched to natural gas 5 years ago, maybe. So I know Mark's been talking to some neighbors and just saying, listen, I'll help you out here once we get our corn off. So we're going to do what we can do to help out people, and I'm hoping other farmers will do the same. And if you have a natural gas dryer and your stuff is done and you've got the ability to maybe move grain for other guys, I think it's one of these years that I highly doubt the government's going to do much. So I think we need to band together instead of like fighting, which is what we're known for, and help each other out, because it has been a terrible year, and I'm just very scared of the mental state of our farmers. I know even just Mark and I, without this propane issue, it's been a really challenging month, I would say. It's been tough. Behind the scenes, behind farming it can be very tough, and very tough for the mind. So let's just be kind to each other. Red means stop. Feels pretty wet to me. Oh, yeah. 32.9, 41.4, and 52 pounds test weight. So that's what I write down. That's wagon number 1. instructions how to start the dryer because I've never done it before. So I videotaped him because that's what I do. And then he can't say that I listened wrong. I can't hear it. Why can't I hear it? Hello? There we go.
Right now you have the box, there's no cord.
Alright, go back. Here we go. I think it's this.
It's already started.
Yes.
Thing I do is auto.
Auto.
Right now you have the box, there's no cord.
Right.
Okay. So auto, on.
On.
Okay.
On.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Right now. It's like that.
Do this with your husband or wife, and then there's no miscommunication. Good. Shutting down for the night. Wagons just can't keep up with the combine, and it's getting late. So we're gonna unload these wagons, unload a couple more sets, and then call it a night. Thanks for watching, guys.